Tom Davis, joined now by Dan Connolly, who is with The Athletic, and he writes on a regular basis. In fact, some very deep articles, some very good articles, and you have written one on Dylan Bundy. First off, what motivated you to write the article?
Well, you know, Dylan Bundy's been with the Orioles organization for a long time now. I mean, we don't really think about it since 2011. But I didn't really want to, I didn't know enough about Dylan Bundy, I think. I think he's one of those private guys. And in 2013, he dealt with Tommy John surgery, which we all knew. But he also dealt with the death of his mother. And it was something that was very private that not a lot of people knew about. And I wanted to get to know more about that. And he has a very interesting background. His father is a character, as many people know. And just how that whole family dealt with the loss of his mom, and it was really intriguing to me.
Give us some insight to it. In other words, it appears to me from what I've written, or what you've written and I've read, it seems like Dad pushed Dylan a lot, Mom maybe covered a little bit for him.
Right. Well, Dad, Denver Bundy, you know, he's a baseball coach, and he pushed Bobby, who is an 8th round pick of the Orioles as well, and Dylan extremely hard. And there's some really funny stories. I mean, whether it's, you know, them flipping tires in the backyard or running to the stop sign a mile away with stopwatches in their hands. Bobby Bundy actually had to tackle a tree in the backyard at one point. I mean, a lot of different things to like strengthen these guys and make them tough and ready for whatever it would be, which the end goal would be the Major League Baseball. And so he was tough, and the mom was a protector. And like, she would keep things going well, and she would kind of keep the peace in between the sons, the dad, and the mom, I mean, you know, and the whole entire family. And she did a really nice job of bridging that. So it was really a big loss when she passed away.
And it was kind of sudden, too, from what you've written. I mean, she was just 54 years of age.
Yeah, and she wasn't sick, and that's the thing that's kind of, you know, she had gotten sick a couple times in October and in July, and then they decided to go for a biopsy because they thought there might be a cancerous thing, and she started bleeding, and it was her entire esophagus going in the lungs was covered by small cell stage 4 cancer, and really within days she was gone. And Thanksgiving, everything was normal, and by the very early part of December she had passed away. It was really a tough. And he had been, you know, rehabbing his elbow, and you know, when a 21-year-old kid who's as hyped as he was, has to go through Tommy John surgery, that's scary in itself. And then at that exact time, he's 1,200 miles away from Oklahoma from home, and his mother passes away too. So he's dealt with it in an amazing way, and the fact that he actually shared that with me was tremendous.
There's another point in here that's kind of interesting. Tell us a little bit about the bathtub story with the family.
Yeah, the bathtub story is fantastic. Denver Bundy, the father, was out. He was hunting, and the kids were home, and they always worked out in the garage. He built them a really nice workout facility in the garage, and they had to pull the Ford Expedition of their mothers in and out of the garage, and they were like 14 years old. And Bobby Bundy pulled it out, went to put it back in, and hit the gas instead of the brake, and basically barreled through the wall in the garage and into the bathtub and broke the bathtub, and studs everywhere and everything else. So the mom basically called some friends, and in a day and a half, they fixed the entire bathtub. They put up the drywall and everything, basically did the whole thing so that he wouldn't notice. Bought a rug because the bathtub didn't actually hit the tile. And he came home from hunting, went to take a shower, complimented her on the rug, and then something wasn't right, lifted up the rug, saw that it was. Bobby said he thought he was going to have to get foster care. He thought he was going to have to be kicked out of the house. And the dad just laughed at it. And the kicker of the whole thing is, the father said, well, if you just told me, I didn't like that bathtub anyway. We could have gotten a new bathtub, a bigger shower, and everything else. So it was a funny story, but it showed how much she protected him. She was a skilled tradesman who, you know, pipe fitting and plumbing and everything else. So she basically could handle all of this stuff herself as well. But it just goes to show, and her dad, you know, the dad, Denver, said it, that, you know, how much she cared about those boys and would do anything for them, like fix a bathroom in a day and a half after we got hit by a car. I mean, it's just crazy stuff.
Really a close family, very close.
Very close, yeah. Very close. And they still are. You know, and Bobby Bundy, it's funny because we forget about Bobby Bundy. He was an 8th round pick by the Orioles. They signed him for like $800,000. He was, you know, such a good player that he was the Oklahoma Player of the Year in his senior year. The next 3 years, Dylan was the Oklahoma State Player of the Year. So one household, 2 kids, 4 straight Oklahoma State Player of the Year awards. So it was a really good baseball family, too.
Now, we know you write for The Athletic, and it's a subscription service, but how do you get the subscription real quickly?
All you got to do is just click on one of our stories or just go to theathletic.com, and you can figure it out from there. So it's real simple, about $4 a month, and they allow me to do a lot of these longer pieces, which is a lot of fun.
Dan Connolly doing a great job for The Athletic.